It's truck time on PTV as we check out performance and lubrication secrets of a race truck. Hold an all GMC match race, do some burnouts, and put on a magic show. Next on Performance TV, presented by Topco.
Dude, that was freaking awesome.
Welcome to this week's Performance TV presented by Topco, and today we're going to be talking about power and diesel and drag racing, and of course I absolutely love that, and that's why we have Levon here with us. You guys are from the Buckeye State. Tell us about Firepunk Diesel.
Firepunk is a full-service diesel shop. We get to work on a lot of Dodge Cummins trucks. We specialize in automatic transmissions. We have a full fabrication shop, in-house dyno tuning. Anything Dodge Cummins, we do it.
All right. And of course we have our buddy over here, Kyle, who is also from Ohio. Tell us about Hot Shots.
Hot Shots' secret is we formulate high-performance fuel and oil additives, as well as a whole new line of racing oils and for the high-performance vehicles, as we do work with Firepunk. And we got some of the top of the line additives on the market now.
So what brought the two of you guys together?
Originally, Hot Shots contacted us to use our dyno for some dyno testing for some of their products, and I'm always skeptical with additives, and I said, bring me some products, I'll put it in our trucks and we'll tell you if it's good. So they brought a bunch of products down, and we actually put it in my personal truck and my brother's truck, and just adding their FR3 oil additive, we picked up it was 12 horsepower, and I couldn't believe it at a 500 horsepower level, and that's kind of what started this relationship, because it was products that worked. I can easily sell products that yield results.
So do you mainly stick with diesel products?
We have products for gas and diesel, but as Levon said, when we started testing some of our additive products to give us some good R&D so that we can publish out there and let people know how the type of gains you can get on a vehicle, it kind of birthed this relationship, and then since then we've kind of taking it to the limit with Power Motorsports really developing extreme levels of power, and these guys are out there kicking butt, setting records, and it really pushed us to advance our oils to a whole new level.
Just like what we have here. Tell us about this.
This is a ProMod S10. This is a Cummins diesel in it. This is 6.7 liter turbo diesel, makes about 2,500 horsepower. This is something that we have been in the high sixes, over 200 mile an hour in the quarter mile. So it makes a little bit of steam.
I definitely like the sound of that. All right, well, let's get this thing inside and get a better look.
Diesel power, almost unlimited potential, whether you're pulling a tree out of the ground or you're on the drag strip. We've seen it, and now we get to see these guys in the studio. Levon from Firepunk Diesel and Kyle from Hot Shots Secret. Guys, the drag truck is awesome, but that's not your primary business. You guys help guys with regular diesels who go to work, who want to hop them up a little bit. Absolutely.
At Firepunk, we do all things Dodge Cummins, and we've got a full service shop. We do a whole bunch of transmissions, about 50 a month, anything from a 400 horsepower work truck to a 2,000 horsepower or something that's radical. Then we also have fabrication in-house. We have an in-house dyno. We do custom tuning calibrations. We've got a lot of variations for different customers based on what their needs are.
Now, I think a lot of people, they get a diesel or their first diesel because they have to tow a trailer or they've got to carry a heavy load. But then they realize, hey, these things can be fun, and you guys help those folks out.
Absolutely. The most common thing that we see guys do is they first talk their wife into letting them buy a tuner for fuel economy, getting better fuel efficiency. And then they figure out that we can take that calibration and we can add 200 horsepower, and we can take that 320 horsepower output engine and turn it into a 550 horsepower output. And then they figure out that the transmission is not made to hold that kind of horsepower, and that's where we've kind of developed this business where we upgrade the transmission, take the stock unit, we upgrade the input shaft, the torque converter, all the clutch components, increase line pressure. Now we can hold the power that they're making with their tuner.
And that's pretty much the essence of performance. You build your performance, and then you find the weak link and improve it. But you're never going backwards, you're always moving forwards. Right. Now, Kyle, you guys have a great synergy going on with Firepunk Diesel.
Oh, we do. We know at Hot Shots Secret, we're fortunate to work with some of the top performance diesel companies in the world, and our relationship with Firepunk Diesel is extra special. And these guys are not only the top of the business for any other reason than they work harder than anybody else out there. So anybody that brings their truck to Firepunk Diesel knows they're going to have the top work done.
So we're talking about transmissions, you guys do tuners, you do a lot, of course the dragster, but again, that's not your primary business. You're speaking to folks out there who are just kind of getting deeper and deeper into the diesel biz.
Right, absolutely, and that's what we really focus on, because the daily work truck, that's what everybody wants. They want to have a good work truck that they can go tow their landscape trailer or their RV to the campground on the weekends, but if they want to, they can unhook it and they can go to the drag strip and bust out an 11-second pass. There's all kinds of fun you can have with a diesel.
Unlimited potential, and of course, Hot Shots, we heard about the 12 horsepower you found on the dyno immediately. We'll learn more about that later, but I gotta say, I love drag race cars. Everybody knows that about me, but I like fast street cars as well. For more information, hit their website. They've got so many cool things going on, so many parts, pieces, projects. You got to check it out. We'll be back with more Performance TV presented by Top Coat after this.
Performance TV, presented by Top Coat, is brought to you by ShiftWorks, shifter solutions since 1991. Top Lift Pros, now you can live outside the box with Top Lift Pros. RockAuto.com, all the parts your car will ever need. And by Top Coat, make life easier.
Welcome back to Performance TV, presented by Top Coat. The guys are back, and Kyle, you guys have got great products as well at Hot Shots A Secret. Additives, oils, that's really where the power comes from. We see it in high-performance engines. Tell us a little bit about what you've got.
Well, we've got a great line of products here. We like to kind of split ours up between our oil additives and our fuel additives. On the oil additives side, we have a two-step treatment we work on. Our Stiction Eliminator is our flagship product. This is going to give you a deep cleanse in the motor. We recommend you run this in your first oil change. After that, you want to follow up your next 2 oil changes with our FR3 friction reducer, which, as you notice with the Firepunk logo on it, this is one of the products that we developed with Firepunk. And then on the fuel side of things, this is for diesel fuel only, whereas on our oil side, gas and diesel, remember. On the fuel side, our Diesel Extreme is a deep fuel side cleanse. You're going to run it every 6,000 miles or so. But in between that, in every single tank, you can run our everyday diesel treatment.
Excellent. So you do gas engines as well.
Absolutely.
But diesel, that's what Firepunk does. And also oils and transmission products.
Yeah, that's kind of new to us in the past couple of years, as we really started to test and really push the limits of what we can do with oil additives, fuel additives, and so forth, and partnering up with Firepunk. They challenged us to really take our FR3 to the next level, and that's where our new lines of our adrenaline racing oils came out. We have a full line of 5 different viscosities on the adrenaline racing oil. And then on the transmission fluids and gear oils as well. We got 3 different gear oils and 2 different transmission fluids that we tested with Firepunk, and those are now available to the public as well.
And Levon, that's why you guys got together. You were like every drag racer was looking for power, even with the street trucks, and you have put this to the test.
Right, absolutely. We've got a shop full of Cummins powered trucks, and from all 12 employees, most of us drive Cummins trucks ourselves, from 500 horsepower to 1,400 horsepower daily driver tow trucks. And we were fortunate enough to work with them. They brought us product down. We ran it in their trucks for a whole season, and we raced and had a lot of excellent results. We'd always do oil analysis, check bearing wear. On the race truck, we even had 69 passes on it. The bearings look great. Great results.
Well, we see race teams go through a lot of effort to find power, and if they can find some power or make parts live a little longer by switching their oil or using a fuel additive, of course you're going to do that.
Absolutely, and that's an important thing too. We also do a lot of oil analysis and fuel analysis as well. So as we say, we're powered by science. So we don't only want to increase the power, we want to make sure that they're getting some longevity out of this motors, especially the high strain that they do in these high performance vehicles. We want to make sure we're doing proper oil analysis and giving them the best advice on how to take care of those motors.
And so the idea is you would run the product through the engine, and then the engine is cleaner, it will perform better, whether it be a gas engine or diesel engines. We got something cool for you. Now, you're obviously going to want to check out the website, but we've got an awesome drag racing truck sitting right behind us. We have got to send Kathy over there to find out a little more, because, you know, she's our resident drag racer.
So what I've really wanted to know, as we've been visiting with our guys here, tell me about this race truck.
Well, this has been a fun project for us. It's owned by Edgar R. Tacona out of Texas, and it's campaigned by Firepunk, and it is a Save the Racks breast cancer awareness truck. His wife was a breast cancer survivor, so it's been a fun project with a good cause. I know the Hotshot guys have been donating to the foundation for every pass it makes. They have to give a $50 donation.
Okay, and of course we know the Hotshot secret is in the motor. Tell us about the motor real quick.
This is a 6.7 liter Cummins engine that's been modified by D&J Precision Machine with a 1-inch deck plate, 1-inch longer rods, a billet waggler cylinder head, and it's got we run the adrenaline racing oil in the engine. We also run the adrenaline oil in the transmission and in the differential.
And of course we love to see this thing do a burnout. Hey, thanks so much, guys, for coming in. Want to find out more about all the products? Check out their websites. We'll have more Performance TV presented by Top Coat right after this.
Performance TV coming from Borla Commerce Park.
It takes 3 basic things to make an engine run: fuel, spark, and air. And if your engine is not breathing well, it's not going to perform well. You're going to be losing horsepower and the all-important fuel mileage. Something so simple you can do is keep that air filter clean and change it out periodically. So what we're going to do on this vehicle, it's real easy to get to. First, we're going to unclip our sensor. Take that off and get it out of the way. Some vehicles you might have to loosen the band clamp, but I think we're going to have enough room here to move the box out of the way. Just get in here and start unfastening. Okay, so we have our 4 screws out, and move this back out of the way a little bit. Yep, no problem getting down to our filter, which looks like the original factory filter. It's not too awful bad, but let me tell you something. Vehicle's going to breathe a whole lot more. Something else you might want to do while you're down in here is take a look for some of the other debris that you may find. Get that out of the way. Have our new filter. You could spend a couple of bucks more and get one of the reusable filters, which is not a bad idea. But for now, this vehicle's going to breathe a whole lot better.
Turbo systems are everywhere nowadays, and Dave from Armageddon Turbo Systems has invented a kit that could put one on your Chevrolet product. Dave, why did you decide you wanted to put together a plug-and-play bolt-in kit for Chevrolets?
Well, you know, we're turbo people. We're performance guys, and we wanted to make a turbo kit that was exactly how we would want it on our own vehicles. And today, we have my own vehicle right here in the studio with the same turbo setup on it.
Twin turbo, first of all. The outrageous factor is at 11, and I love it. When you pop the hood, people are going to freak out. And isn't that the whole point of your vehicle? If you're going to do anything, go all out. If you're going to be a bear, be a grizzly. This is grizzly all the way.
Oh, completely. This is completely turned up to 11. You nailed it.
I love it. So let's talk about what it's made of and the parts and components that come with it, and how it will fit on our Tahoe, Silverado, Sierra, General Motors, full-size truck.
Okay, so we started with a CAD design to make sure everything was going to fit in the factory engine bay. When it came time to do the hot side materials, we used 304 stainless steel. We're using aluminum on the cold side. We've got dual ball bearing turbochargers, the best wastegates and blow-off valve available on the market. But what really ties it all together isn't just using all these top shelf components in our system, it's the design that makes them all work together and be bolt-on for the end user. So it's not a choose your own adventure on putting your turbo kit on. You pull it out of the box, it goes on, you make 600 to 1500 horsepower, and it's time to go.
It's going to fit. That is so important for people out there. They want to do a project, they get halfway into it, it doesn't fit, they've got issues. You guys use the original General Motors plans of the engine bay?
That's right. Yeah, we were able to get the CAD files directly through GM and started the design from there.
Well, I think it's awesome, obviously. I want more power no matter what. But what about the practical nature of these vehicles? A lot of people still go over the road. They want to know, can I take a trip? I've got 650 horsepower or more. How is that going to be? What's the drivability like?
Well, the best thing about our turbo system is that when you're not putting your foot all the way into it, it's still just a normal vehicle. I just drove this Tahoe from Albuquerque, New Mexico out here to Johnson City. It's about 2,000 miles. I'm doing about 20 miles to the gallon while you're being calm and treating it like a normal vehicle. But at any time, you could put your foot all the way down and all 1,200 horsepower is ready to rock and roll.
New Mexico, certainly a long way. So from what I understand, we're going to get to race this thing?
Absolutely. We're going to show you the difference between a factory Tahoe and an Armageddon twin-turbo Tahoe.
Oh my goodness. A first on Performance TV, presented by Top Coat. I love it. I'm going to get to battle against Kathy Fisher somehow, some way. Finally, it's time to get it on.
You know, it's pretty amazing that we can take a vehicle like this, whether it's the Tahoe or, you know, your truck or whatever you have, and be able to put a system in like you guys have, and, well, we'll see how much they're going to smoke us.
Well, let's not give them all the hope. We have somewhat of a chance.
Well, that's true.
We got a better driver, I would say.
That's true. At least we're going to get a whole shot here.
That's right, that's right. We're going to cut a light on them, right?
Absolutely. But, you know, to be able to do something like that and still have the drivability that you guys have with your systems.
That's the biggest thing on these kits is you literally, literally we drove this truck from Albuquerque, 2,000 miles here, pump gas, no breakdowns, no nothing, perfect, and got 20 miles to the gallon. How can you beat that, really?
Absolutely, and having power in a sleeper.
That's right, that's right.
You know what? We're going to take them.
I think we're going to smoke them.
Let's get it on. Absolutely. Look, she's already wearing out the torque converter over there.
Driver ready. Driver ready.
I could have brought it up a lot more. I didn't, but that was cool.
Totally smoked his butt off the line.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Hey, when they drop the arms, you leave. That's the sign to go.
Turbo lag, man. That was my fault. I'm getting used to spooling it up.
Did you have a, is that a tent popped up? Were you taking a nap?
I was letting you get out in front so I could show the performance. Man, that was awesome. Dave, this thing's got so much power. Now I want to see what you can do with it.
Let's do it.
What more can I say? This is something I can't see why anybody wouldn't want, this twin turbo kit. If you're interested, why wouldn't you be? Hit the website, check it out, and we'll be back with more Performance TV presented by Top Coat after this. But hey, how about a little victory celebration?
Do some victory donuts.
Donuts, baby. Let's get it on. All right. Yeah. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. I am loving every minute of it.
Performance TV, presented by Top Coat, is brought to you by Stage 8 Fasteners, home of the world's best locking header bolt. Proudly made in the USA. Go to stage8.com. Borla, the world's most winning exhaust. Magic Creeper, the most versatile creeper ever. And by CIC Powerbox, electricity, compressed air, and jump start capability wherever you need it.
Joe, I don't know about you, but getting underneath a vehicle sometimes on a regular creeper can really be a pain.
Well, for me, it's the extra 2 inches. I have to jack the car up higher. I'm closer. I don't have enough room to extend my arms. This little device right here gives me that extra space and freedom to move around. And you've found there's like a rock, a pebble, something. It always gets under the creeper wheel.
Yes.
And you can't move. You're locked up. This thing eliminates all that. Magic
Yeah,
Creeper.
Yeah, that's right. You can roll over all different kinds. Say you're out in the driveway in cobblestone or whatever. This is great. Plus, if you do happen to be outside, this is waterproof and it is a resistant type of material. You really don't have to worry about it getting punctured. It's very lightweight. It only weighs 3 pounds, so you can take it along, throw it in your vehicle, have one in the garage, and be able to get underneath your vehicle very easy and move big items too.
Right behind the seat. Oh yeah, moving the big items. Big heavy thing, you're gonna lug it around? No, you put it on the Magic Creeper and slide it around. For me, the fact that it fits right behind the seat of your vehicle or in the package tray or in the trunk, that's what sells it. It's easy, it's simple. You take it with you and it does so many things.
That's right. And it's going to keep you clean and dry as well. And a lot of times you may have an emergency out on the road. They've got a great emergency kit as well. You can find out more about all of these products. Just hop on their website at magiccreeper.com.
Time now for Top Coat's tips and techniques.
One of the really great things about Top Coat products and Top Coat F11 is that you can literally coat everything. So one of the unique things that I want to point out here, though, is what you typically find in the industry that Top Coat will correct and also avoid. It's really about the avoiding by using Top Coat. If you notice here, you'll actually see some white wax residue that's been left behind because someone was waxing this, obviously. Well, they got it into the plastic, and everyone knows that's the biggest no-no. Top Coat won't do that. You can literally use it, put it on the paint, put it on the plastic, and watch this. And buff it in, and the beauty is, it not only brings that to the most shiny it can be, but it also rejuvenates that plastic.
Also, Top Coat F11 works awesome on trucks, especially off-road vehicles like this Raptor. You can apply it not only to this white paint and it will make it gloss. Believe it or not, you can gloss white paint with F11, but in 24 hours, it'll look even better. And not only the paint, you can move on to the plastic, make a huge difference with the plastic. And just like the Corvette, we can do the decal on this Raptor as well.
Top Coat is an amazing product in the marine environment. You know, some of the issues that you run into, especially, you know, is environmental fallout, right? So obviously the sun is a huge detriment, so you get a lot of oxidation. You know, you also get algae buildup, there's salt spray buildup. I mean, there's a lot of issues to contend with, right? Well, even this boat is trailable. Well, when it's pulled, you get all that road film that hits this boat, and as you can see, it's really filthy. The beautiful part with Top Coat is once it's protected, oh, this is an easy wipe up, making maintenance a breeze. So watch this. All I'm going to do is just give it a quick spray, and I'm going to take that microfiber towel, and I'm just going to start buffing that in. Flip to my dry side, do my final buff, and look at that, just that gel coat pop. I mean, that metal flake is just rich. It's just jumping right out of that gel coat. And again, you can do that with everything, even up top, whether it's all the gel coat, whether it's painted, whether it's, you know, your rubber bump guard, it doesn't matter, from carpet to gel coat to the rubber. We're literally doing everything. And we did a tremendous job with this boat, and a lot of these surfaces obviously came out perfect, cleaned up really nicely. But if you want to learn any more about the product, obviously go to topcoat.tv.
We hope you've enjoyed this edition of Performance TV and learned a little something as well. If you have a product that you would like to see featured on the show, just shoot an email over to sponsors@masterstv.com. We'll see you next time around for more of Performance TV.